Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into this video. So we are talking Love Cabin. If none of the shows have me in a chokehold, it's Love Cabin. I am enjoying Love Cabin. I am enjoying it, y'all. Like when I tell y'all Love Cabin has me. It has me, y'all. I love me some Love Cabin. Like, honestly, I'd be so excited when I see like the new episode is dropped. I do got a hot topic for y'all. I'm gonna do on another video about Love Cabin because I'm so excited to talk about that. That's like what I'm really excited to talk about. But this was a good episode of Love Cabin. It definitely was. So we start off with Chloe feeling all the men, the whole nine. I was like, yeah. So she did John first. And the first thing that always pop in my head is on the trailer when he said, if I keep asking production to give you a breath mint or gum, nobody's asking you that on accident. So when she was doing it to him and I'm looking at his face, I'm like, dang, he's smelling her breath, like her breath must stink. Now, obviously, while they was doing a little competition, nobody got up. The men just, it just couldn't rock. It couldn't happen. It was way too cold. I don't know why Zeus picked the coldest place to go, but pretty views, but it's kind of messing up what they got going on as far as challenges and stuff, because these people be cold. Every time they do a challenge, they always saying it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. Now we get to Ray J talking to them, about who they'll be with, da. So Trap ends up saying that he wouldn't be with none of them. Now, when he said that he would be with none of them, like he's still exploring his option, he's not going to tie himself down. I then was like, okay, Desi. That means you say the same thing. That means you say, oh, yeah, I'm here to explore. Like, I don't want to settle down with anybody just yet. But if I had to, it'd be Mikeal. Because obviously, we all like Mikeal for her. Out of everybody, when the whole Sheila and her thing popped off, Mikeal was in her corner. So, because she lost me. She lost me. You know she lost me. So she ends up saying that Trap had been passed around, which is true. And don't forget about those 4 kids, girl. Don't forget about the 4 kids and the 2 baby mamas. Add that to the list. But she was like, he had been passed around, but she would love to explore the connection with him. Now, I'm looking at the TV looking at me. We all pause. They pause. Silence. I didn't go silence. And I'm in my head like, girl, what the fuck? Because you just said he had been passed around. He literally just said that he just here to explore his options. He wouldn't settle with none of y'all yet, but he was so heavy about you, early on, but was going to Sheila, telling Sheila, oh, the only thing I think you was wrong about was hitting Thanos. But you gonna sit up here with your pretty self and say, yeah, you know what? He just said what he said, but I'm gonna say that I still want to explore this. Like, baby, is you blind? Is you blind? We all see that this is not the man for you. You see that he's been passed around. He's already did something with Athena. Started had sex with her. And you still like, well, I don't mind exploring this. He ain't that fine. And again, once I heard 4 children, 4 chiniyans, girl, I would say keep him away from me. Now they end up bringing in a new Flames. And girl, first of all, I don't even know the new dude name. Okay, he's literally irrelevant. But the girl Bree, girl, thirsty. Can somebody get her a cup of milk, orange juice, Gatorade? Okay, maybe even a Coca-Cola. Because, bitch, she was too thirsty for me. I mean, girl, he ain't that fine. He is nice looking, don't get me wrong. But, like, He ain't that fine. Again, Fortune, that would have went ahead and turned me off. He wouldn't even been fine no more. Like, he is a nice looking dude, but the way she on him, girl, girl, you're doing a lot. You're actually doing the most, okay? So Desi over there standing looking stupid, stupid. She's standing there looking dumb because he like, well, yeah, I want to go with the new girl, and the new girl want him, So they go off. You just did all that. I want to explore this. I know Sheila was thinking like, yeah, dumbass bitch, he ain't left your goofy ass. Cause he really did. It definitely was embarrassing to see Desi just kind of standing there by herself like that. And then we obviously know like the new boy end up picking Athena. So again, her and Mikeal had to be back together. My thing is this. Obviously, you are supposed to be with Mikeal. Obviously, the tables continue to play in you and Mikeal's favor to be with each other. Mind you, Desi is not like the other girls or some of the girls. She hasn't gave anything up. I don't feel like Mikeal is over here rushing anything. Like he said, he knows what he wants. He likes what he likes. And, obviously it's a connection there. So I don't understand why Desi keeps wanting to explore these other losers when Mikeal is right here. Like, I like Mikeal for her. I think overall, currently, in the beginning of the episode, I really liked him for her, so I really just didn't appreciate that. Like, girl, you keep trying to be trap. Girl, leave the trap where it's at. He moving around sloppy. He already sleeping with the girls on the set. He lying to y'all face. Like, he just doing a lot. And obviously, you've been grouped up with certain people. I know she was grouped up with Thanos and Mikeal. I believe at one point, no, I think she's only been grouped up with them. And then she was grouped up with Trap. But overall, I don't care. I feel as though everything continues to not work out in your favor for Trap. So obviously you shouldn't be with Trap. In the beginning, y'all seen each other, y'all want each other. Then Ray J swerve on him. Whoa. He did that. This scene, y'all get together, the new girl come in. Whoa. So obviously y'all just need to leave him alone. Now they let it be known early on that Bree and Mikeal knew each other in real life, and basically I guess they was supposed to be spicing it up or whatever to let us already know as the audience and them as the cast, like, oh, they already know of each other. He was in her music videos, blah blah blah. Now the night is young and Chloe and John end up getting the love shack. I honestly like prefer calling it the boom boom room, but that's Ray J's boom boom room. Then they got the love shack, but I would have thought it'd been cool if they would have called it the boom boom room. But I'm gonna call it the boom boom room. So John and Chloe end up going to the boom boom room. John's confessional before the boom boom room took me out. It was him saying, I'm gonna mop the floor with that raggedy hoe. Girl, that took me. Now, obviously, now it's known that Chloe and him was going to the boom boom room. Everybody knew what the boom boom room was gonna give. If y'all go to the boom boom room, what's gonna happen in the boom boom room? You all gonna get the boom boom man. Obviously, duh. Now, I I do feel as though Trap don't really care for John. Like, the more that John comes, like, Trap's getting a little irritated with him because he was like, "Don't you got something to do? Like, I wouldn't even be talking to us, da da da," which is true. They tell me something. He nervous. Why would he be nervous? He's had sex before. Like, what is he nervous for? I will say this though. John is growing on me. I definitely think out of the males, he the show. For real. John has a big personality. He has a big TV personality. He's hilarious. Like I said, his confessional, I want to mop the floor with this raggedy hoe. Like, that junk took me out. Like, he's hilarious. And I do feel as though he has a balance to him. You don't know when it's gonna come, but he do have a good balance to him, and he's super funny. Like, he has a really good personality. So I do think Desi, Mikeal, even Kiara, to me, they have like really good personalities for TV right now. So they go to the boom boom room, and Chloe got on the lingerie. Obviously, with her having on the lingerie, y'all, everybody already knew what they gave. You know, she said he went right into it, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. The videos and images that Zoo showed us while they were doing what they were doing, and the sounds. Like, of course, you know, they let us hear the sounds, but the fact that they had like the bottle pop and the animals and everything, I thought that junk was too funny. I thought that was great, to be honest. That in itself, like, definitely had me like, okay, that was cool. I enjoyed that. Like, not necessarily like hearing them and everything. I could have went without, but the fact that they did all of that and those images were so quick, the videos and everything, and they were showing us what was going on. I definitely thought that was funny, and it was a good key. Now, obviously, they did what needed to be done, and Chloe basically just sitting there looking like, ugh, he already sleep. I'm like, wow. One round on, he already sleepy, tired, he snoring, poon, the whole nine. She just sitting there, but I'm gonna hold her responsible. Nobody told her to do that. She wasn't forced to. She raised her hand first for the boom boom room right along with him. So that's just that. And obviously, too, you know, she has the free will to enjoy herself. She maybe did regret it because she was comparing him to Camo, but like I told you, I really didn't care for her early on in the beginning. I thought she was real corny with the whole grandma thing. Like, girl, you grown and you like to be taken through there. And nothing's wrong with you liking to be taken through there, but all that extra shit was just annoying to me. You free. You free. You don't mind. So just don't mind, and you know, just had it. Then so I want to go talk to my girls. Like, why do you want to tell them your business? What you telling them your business for? To me, even when it happened the first night with Camo, you shouldn't have even told them that. Honestly, I would have took that to the grave, or you know, would have just said it in the confessions what happened. That's not everybody's business. So when she gets back, you know, she quote unquote puts on this smiley face, playing like everything cool. But I don't think it was the fact that she had sex with him that made her play it cool. I think it was the fact that after they had sex, she was like, "So where do you think this is gonna go?" I don't know why after they had sex, so where do you think this is gonna go? And he said he still want to explore his options. He was ready to go and get up out of there and get back to his bed. You know where he was. He wasn't really stunning her like that. And she, you know, I think she felt some type of way as far as like giving it up and not receiving whatever she wanted to out of it. I guess she wanted him to be like, "You're my number one" or something, but you know, he ain't say nothing like that, which I wasn't surprised. Like, why would he say something like that? You know? And his go-to is always like, "I don't want to rob me of the experience. I don't want you to rob yourself of the experience." Because they know in real life, 10 times out of 10, they're not gonna be together. You know, this is just something to do, something to have a good time to. That's all it was. Now, boom, they end up going back to the house. He want his bed. Him and the new flame end up getting into it about the bed. My thing is with this whole bed situation. Obviously, we know next week him and the new flame is gonna get into it. You kind of already seen that coming. They personalities just don't hit together, in my opinion. So you definitely kind of already could tell that they was gonna get into it. It was gonna get a little rocky. You know, definitely. Yeah, yeah. You kind of already seen that coming. Now, Camo. I don't really like him. I really am ready for him to go home. He is real sneaky. He is real sneaky. Did it with Chloe. Turned around, wanted to kiss Desi, but told some, you know, he mind his business. Kiss Desi, then going to sleep on the couch with Athena. Like, he just want to talk to all y'all, be around all y'all. He ain't trying to really make no connections. He truly is just out here doing little boy stuff to me. Like, he's very sneaky about everything that he's doing. I'm not saying, you know, have these people in your business, but I feel like he playing the long game, but in secrecy. Like, he ain't trying to make a connection with nobody. He's not trying to make a connection with nobody. but he's leading them on to make it seem like he liked them or they special or whatever, when in actuality he just want to have sex with all them. To me, I think the next guy that needs to be gone is Trap. Even though I believe Trap stayed to the end, I think he should be gone because girl, Trap just, and it was here, and it was there, and it was here, and it was there. Like, he just all over the world. All over the world. And he keeps telling y'all, like, oh, I'm still exploring. I'm still exploring. Like, he's standing on, I'm still exploring. He is standing on that. So with him standing on him still exploring, I feel like y'all should make him explore his ass about that house. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I skipped the whole scene. I'm going off my notes. I got so excited about the boom boom room. Girl, I skipped over everything that happened before this. I'm sorry, y'all. I was so excited to talk about the boom boom room. But okay, let's move back a little bit before the boom boom room. But y'all already got the boom boom room, in my opinion, on that. So the girl Bree come in. She talking about like where my bed at? Where my man bed at? Like where he sleeping? Like I said, doing a lot, doing a lot. She ends up saying that she feel like the girls is jealous. Girl, he got 4 kids, 2 baby mamas. No shade. Nobody's jealous. The only one who kind of feels some type of way is Athena, obviously. And she was saying, like, in the beginning, all of us liked him, but he's been passed around, just watch her back. No, don't watch her back. Watch that bitch in your face. That's what you need to do. Cause she the problem, obviously. And from what I seen in the trailer, down the line, them two get defined. So they gonna bump heads. It seemed as though behind Trap, in my opinion. Well, or in my predictions currently right now. Now, obviously, everybody found out that Mikeal knows Bree or whatever the case is. John them starts, asking him, like, you ever got with her? You ever did anything with her? He's about he plead the fifth. He cracked some eggs this morning. Like, all that extra just lets it be known that they did do something. They did mess around. Something did happen. Because if he didn't, he would just simply say, no, I ain't never been with her. No, we just cool, da da da. But all that extra plead the fifth and everything, obviously we know they did something. But in my opinion, it really don't matter because it don't seem like she stunned him and it don't seem like he stunned her. Honestly, for me, that was before the show. As long as he's not overdoing it with her or trying to do too much, I wouldn't even worry about it, honestly. Just because they had something in the past don't mean they still have something now. Especially if it was just casual or just something to do. It'd be different if they was in a relationship or a long-term situationship. But girl, please. So I couldn't help but notice, because the camera kept going back and forth from the boys to the girls, whatever. I couldn't help but notice every time Desi said something, everybody, ah, ah. But it's the same one y'all feel as though it's shady. She's a bitch, all this and that. But y'all laughing at every joke. It seems as though she's kind of controlling or navigating where the conversation is going. But she's a bitch though. She be throwing shade though. She's jealous. She's making these funny little remarks. But all y'all ha and up with her ass. Now, again, let's go back to the next day. With John and a new flame already getting into it. So Camo ends up saying that he feels as though he could have had mind control over Chloe if he wanted to, but he allowed her to do her thing. But if he wanted to, he could have told her, like, I don't want you messing with nobody but me. Who the hell do you think you are, Bumpity Bump? I don't think you got that type of power. I personally don't, especially off one handstand clap. You didn't think that you got mind control over her? No. But I will say she kept comparing because it was so soon in her doing it with them. She kept going back to Camo. She was like, oh, John didn't do it like Camo this, John didn't do it like that. But that's because you had already told John that you did it with Camo. So he didn't have to overly do it or, play like he actually cared about you. He just did what he needed to do. Make sure both of y'all was feeling it. Now, her saying that she wished the night never happened, I do kind of want to get more details on why she just didn't want the night to happen. Like, was he too rough? Did you not get one? Like, what's going on? But then, too, I would say this is a prime example of a woman not speaking up, just being in the room and letting the man just do what he want to do instead of saying like, "Hey, that hurt," or "Oh, I don't like this," or "Can you do this a little more," or whatever the case is. It seems as though from how I'm interpreting it, she wished that it never happened. Is she was in her head, number one, about the situation. Number two, she was in her head like, okay, this is the second guy. We are in the boom room. I have to let him, which you didn't have to let him do anything, but okay. I think it was that, but also too, again, like I said, she was comparing the fact that, she she wants a connection, but she being passed around now. Like it's giving a pass around girl. And when y'all got in the boom boom room, he just was thinking about himself. Immediately he bent you over and he did the stuff that he wanted to do. It didn't seem like he was trying to be gentle or nothing. He just like, okay, she was already easy. So I'm just gonna get my easy and get my nut and I'm gonna go on. So I think it is more so like a mental thing, maybe of how she felt afterwards. Maybe she felt dirty or something. And now because she ain't had sex with two of them, she might have just wished that it never happened because of how it makes her feel, what she think other people think. Because obviously, as much as these girls playing each other face and kiki cackle, obviously they think Chloe's on. Obviously a 304. And again, I don't think she did anything wrong because her body is her body. If she wants to do that, nothing's wrong with that. I think it's a way that you do it on camera, though. And on camera, you don't try to make it seem like you're that type of person. Cause again, everybody here to have a good time, but you got to think about your reputation, your brand. How do you want to brand yourself? All this and that. Do you want opportunities outside of this? Not saying that this is Love Island or anything like that, but just if you're gonna do certain things shouldn't have a track record or something that we could pull up on a TV. I don't think she did anything wrong, but I think she did what she did at the wrong place. But then too, this is a black network. To be honest, Chloe won't be remembered like that. No shade. So we won't hold her as much accountable because it's not like on Caucasian programs. Now the next day they end up doing like the wine tasting or the bar. They put us with the wine tasting folks because obviously they want to see Desi and Trap's reaction to Bree and Mikeal hooking up outside of the show or whatever. And that I guess Desi is looking for Mikeal to be honest about it, which I do understand. But to an extent, again, it's not that deep. I think she's going really hard behind it. Trap really ain't going that hard. I don't think it's that deep. I do think that Mikeal is annoyed and he getting out of that cool dude element because he feel like he grown and he don't have to explain himself, which he don't. But I think if he would have pulled her to the side and told her from the jump, like, yeah, we did mess around back in the day, but I don't want that with her. That could have been a thing. But also too, do he really owe her that? Because they did just come on this show. They all don't know each other like that. But maybe he do because she kind of getting close to him. But then she did just say she wanted to explore her connection with Trap. I don't know. I'm 50-50 about it. A little bit, I'm like, yeah, he could have told her. But the next part of me is like, no, he didn't have to tell her. But overall, I really don't think he's that serious. I do think Desi is doing a lot behind it as far as like, being shady and stuff. Because who is this girl? This girl ain't even stunned Mikeal. She is on Trap hard. I would have asked him about it because the new flame did tell her. I would have asked, but I think the way she going about it is kind of petty and childish because Mikeal seems like a good dude. He ain't necessarily telling the truth about him and Bree's history, but I do think overall he is a good dude, and I think that I like him for Desi currently right now, and I would prefer her to explore that than keep trying to explore Trap. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I know it was kind of everywhere. Hopefully y'all was able to keep up. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye.